Alright, so this is the the brain model. This part is the cerebrum, and then this is the cerebellum, and then you have the brainstem, and then within the brainstem is a diencephalon. We have our frontal lobes, our temporal lobes, parietal, and then occipital. And this is your lateral sulcus, and then the longer one that goes along the brain is the longitudinal sulcus, fissure, longitudinal fissure. All right, so then taking this apart, take these out, and we're going to start with the brainstem. So within the brainstem, it's bilateral, and then we're going to open the brainstem. And starting, so the diencephalon is this entire region. And we have the thalamus and the hypothalamus. And then this part is considered the tuber serinium. It's just this little white matter right here. And then this little tiny dot right here is the mammillary body. And then we have the pineal gland on the other side. And then what's missing from the model, typically right here, would be the pituitary gland. It would be a pink thing right here. And then we have the midbrain, drops around from posterior anterior. And parts of the midbrain, the anterior portion is considered the cerebral peduncle, this portion right here, anteriorly. And then posteriorly, we have this portion right here, and this is considered the tectum. That's the tectum. And then moving on from the midbrain, we then have the pons, and then the medulla oblongata right here. And then, let's see, together. So this is white matter right here as well, and these are the medullary pyramids. All right. And then to go into the white matter tracks, so putting the brainstem back in here. Wait, wrong one. Right here. So this is the corpus callosum. And then we have the, you can't really see it on this side, so I'm going to do the other side. It's a little worn out on the model. Alright, so we have the corpus callosum. And then this right here is the septum pellucidum. And then we have the anterior commissure. And then this is the posterior. It's a little dot. It's superior to the tectum right here. This is the posterior commissure. And then you have your fornix, which is this part right here. This is the lateral part, and it wraps all the way inside, which you can't see on this one. Be able to see right here. So imagine this is the other part of it. So the brain, this is the posterior, and lateral. Medial, my bad, I'm getting confused. Medial fornix, which wraps into here. So this is the lateral fornix. And then, so then looking at the ventricles, right here. So taking this brainstem out, these are considered the, there we go, right there. So this part right here, this is going to be the lateral ventricles. So that's what your first and second ventricles. And then getting to the brainstem, this is going to be the third ventricle. And then it leads down into, this is again the flow of the cerebrospinal fluid. So this is going to be the aqueduct of the midbrain that goes into the fourth ventricle, right there. And that's all of that. And then the ventricular foramen, again, you can't see it on that one, so you can see it on this one right here. It's a small foramen, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, right in there. It's a little tiny hole, a little foramen in there. That's considered the intraventricular foramen. And then moving on to the optic nerves. So you have three parts here. You have the optic nerve, which is this portion right here. And then that goes into the optic chiasm, and then the optic tract, which is down in here. So again, it's the optic tract, chiasm, and then optic nerve. And then posterior brainstem, right here, this is the lateral geniculate body on the edges right here. And the medial geniculate body you're not going to be able to see. That's in the more in the occipital lobe region. All right, so then moving on, we have the one last portion I wasn't able to get to. The choroid plexus of the lateral ventricles. So that's this blue part right here. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And then again, it goes into here. So this is the fornix on this side, lateral fornix, and then choroid plexus in there. All right, now moving to the cerebellum. So you have your left and your right hemispheres of the cerebellum. This is going to be more deep into the brain. So, and then this is the posterior portion. So your left and your right hemispheres. And then when you look inside here, these branches, there are the arbor, I don't know how to pronounce that, vitae, which it translates to the tree of life. So just think of life, vitae. And then the vermis is what connects the two. So you can see it better on this side right here. In the posterior portion, these are the vermis right here. It connects the two hemispheres. And then, let's see, and then again, splitting that in half. So this, right here. Actually, this portion right here is the flocculus, and then this protrusion right here is the tonsil. Flocculus and then tonsil, and then every fold, just like in the brain, it's called the gyri or gyrus. The folds within here that are all starting in on there, those are called the folia of the cerebellum. All right, and that's it.